Hi, it's Gab and
Max.
Super Max, and we're reviewing
Superman.
Man of Steel, the new Superman movie for this year, this generation, this summer. What's it about?
Well, it's original story, new Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Find out where it came from, all of that, and he has to fight this villain named General Zod.
Yep, from his home planet, Krypton.
Yes, which gets destroyed.
Well, yes, it gets destroyed, so that's why Superman ended up on Earth. And he grows up there, and he relates to and cares about humans, so he wants to protect them. He's sort of caught in the middle, because General Zod wants to bring his old civilization to Earth, and so, I mean, that's Superman's people, but also humans are his people, too. So he has to become the hero and realize that he wants to protect humans, and humans have to realize that he's a hero. You know, it's the Superman story. But new actor. And so what did you think of the actor as Superman?
I think he's pretty good as
You've seen the old Superman movies and some other
a
ones.
bit.
Yeah, a bit.
A bit.
Did you believe him as Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you like about the story? Or what did you think of the story?
I think it was interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what did you think of the effects? I mean, obviously this is a superhero special effects movie, and Max is big on his special effects, so what did you think?
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah?
How they move fast and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's lots of sort of technical, like, stuff from his home planet and on the ships and stuff like that. It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Now, we saw it in 3D, and what did you think of the 3D? You don't have to see it in 3D, but we did.
Well, it's what I think of most 3D movies. I usually don't notice it because it just, to me, seems like
Normal.
a normal.
Yeah, you just get used to it. I do too. I was going to say the exact same thing. I didn't really notice the 3D in this one. And that's what we usually say, although Star Trek Into Darkness, we thought the 3D was good.
I think it was
this summer. But this one, I have to say, I didn't really notice it. And I also have to say that I think it's because of the 3D. You liked the way the flying looked. I actually thought sometimes when Superman was flying or one of the characters was sort of jumping and flying, it looked a little fake to me. Like, it looked a little bit cheesy. And maybe that's because of the 3D. I don't know. I'd have to see it in 2D to know if that's why. Because some of the effects were really good, but just sometimes, and it was usually the flying, I'm like, flying's a really hard effect to do. And I was a little bit,
Some of the camera shots I didn't really like, where it's like, it shows something, but then it just closes up on it instead of just making sort of like a new shot.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's something that this director does a lot of that sort of thing.
I don't really like that.
Some people don't like it a lot. A lot of the action scenes were like really busy, like a lot of stuff going on, a lot of destruction, and sometimes I was just like, it kind of made me tired. But, I mean, there was definitely some good action, too. And it was cut, the present time was cut in with flashbacks. As when he was young and also back on Krypton, and I liked those parts. So it wasn't always nonstop action, but the ending bit was like action, 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 and I was almost like, okay, like enough already. But I'm old, I get tired.
Loud.
Yeah, it was loud. I don't mind loud, but it was just like dragging on and on, like I almost didn't care anymore. Anyway, I just sort of gave away. That was my worst part, and my best part was the flashbacks. What were your best and worst parts?
Well, action was best part. Worst part, as usual, is kissy. There
was one kiss at the end. Yeah, I mean, Superman and Lois Lane, that relationship, I was kind of like, but maybe if there's a sequel, that'll be a little bit more believable. But yes, there was one kiss. That was really your worst part? No, you said your worst part was when, well, I don't know if that's a spoiler. Nah, it's not really spoilers. When the father died.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked both fathers, the Earth father, Kevin Costner, and the real father, which is Russell Crowe, the actress. I liked seeing those relationships. Like, that's what I cared about. I didn't really care about Superman too much. For me, we were talking about this before, he's not one of your favorite superheroes, is he?
Yeah, I just think he's too overpowered.
You think he's too powerful, and I know he's never really done it for me, like emotionally. Like I don't feel the way I do like about Batman or even Spider-Man. There's just something about him that's never really captured me, and this movie didn't really change that for me.
Like he can fly, he can melt stuff with his eyes, he can freeze stuff blowing, he can do.
It's too much, yeah. And sometimes it's like, why did he do that? But he didn't do that, and like it just seems like it's a little bit random sometimes to also.
Also, I noticed that he didn't use his freezing powers the whole movie.
Well, maybe in the sequel. You're complaining that he has too many powers, but now you're also complaining that he didn't use one of his powers. Which do you want? You want more or less?
Both.
The perfect kid answer. I want more and less. I want it all. Well, if this movie does well, which it probably will, there probably will be a sequel. So maybe some of the things we like, we'll see more, and some of the things we don't like, we'll see less, or who knows, maybe vice versa. But it's nice to see a new take on Superman. It was entertaining. I was pretty much interested, although it was too dragged out. And I would like to see more where it gets a little more interesting about Superman himself. So I liked it, and I would give it 3.5 Gabs, but no more than that.
4.
4 Maxes?
Yeah.
I think that sounds about right to me too. So that's Superman. And so, of course, this summer we've also got Wolverine and all sorts of other stuff too.
Yep.
So, but I'm glad that was Superman. We checked that one off the list. Check. So until next time, bye.
Superman fly.